So, am I the only one that feels like that Pocono race really had no business being that interesting at the end? I mean, for the entire race, it seemed pretty status quo. Guy gets up front, leads a bunch of laps, it kind of shuffles back and forth through pit cycles and stages, and I mean, it was an okay race, but man, there at the end, the stuff with Denny and Ross that has now evolved from we're not even talking about that. Nobody's even thinking about that today. We're all thinking about the fact that Denny Hamlin got the trophy, got the checkered flag, had that amazing moment with his daughter, got to victory lane, celebrated the win, and then got DQ'd. And then to add insult to injury, his teammate Kyle Busch, who finished second, he gets DQ'd. Who does that leave? Chase Elliott. He is declared the winner. It has been announced today that JGR will not appeal, and that would mean that JGR believes whatever they got caught doing was truly for the benefit of their cars. And from what I could tell, they said it was an oversight. It wasn't meant to be anything to give them a competitive advantage. And listen, I'm not a very technical person when it comes to these cars and what makes them go fast and what certain things mean. All I know is that there was some kind of tape underneath the wrap of the car, like underneath their sponsor wrap, that somewhere along the fascia was placed somewhere it wasn't supposed to be there. That's all I know. What kind of competitive advantage that gave, I'm not sure. I can't really find a detailed explanation anywhere for somebody who is not a super technical car guy like me to be able to understand. But all you need to know is it wasn't supposed to be there. They didn't appeal, so they must think that they were in the wrong in some way, because you would think that if it didn't give them a competitive advantage, then maybe they would appeal it and hope that NASCAR is just like, well, don't do it again, but next time we're going to bup you. But all in all, I am super happy that NASCAR has done this. I hate that moment between Denny and his daughter got taken away. I'm not a father, but I'm sure fathers know, special moments like that. Those are the kind of things you dream up with you and your kids. And even the biggest Denny Hamlin hater, I'm sure could at least empathize with that if any win got taken away, it had to be this one. I think that personally sucks. Like, whether you like Denny or not, to have that moment now ruined for your child. Taylor it was a very emotional moment for her. She was having the time of her life, and now she's going to look back on that, and it's probably going to be mostly, if not all, negative. And, you got to at least empathize with that. So I hate that aspect of it. But I'm glad this was announced in 2019 that from here on out, if you were found in violation after the race, you would get disqualified. No more, we're going to bop you with the points and money. But you're still going to win the race. No, we're done with that. And NASCAR has finally made good on that promise, because it's been since 2019. I personally had kind of forgotten about it. I thought it was one of those things they said they were going to do, but I'm like, you're going to sit here and tell me that since 2019 we haven't had one winner cheating? I mean, Kyle Larson won 10 races last year, and Kyle Larson's a heck of a driver, and Hendrick Motorsports has a heck of a good speed in their engines, but there ain't no way you could tell me that Kyle Larson won 10 races last year without doing a little bit of innovation on that car. There's no way. And it's things like that had me thinking that NASCAR was just capping. They weren't actually going to ever do anything, but sure enough, they did it, and they did it twofold. And now we've got a third place winner in Chase Elliott, who really kind of acts like he doesn't even want the thing, which to an extent I understand, but at the same time, man, just you take them how you can get them. As far as any conspiracy theories, I don't think you should have to entertain them, but they are going rampant. And I think they're mostly jokes. The Mickey Mouse winner stuff with Chase has gotten kind of old, and I'm not a Chase Elliott fan by any means. I am, to be quite honest, and I could explain in a different video, I'm personally not a fan of his at all. But I don't see any reason why NASCAR would have given him a win like this. The guy had 3. He didn't look like he was slowing down anytime soon. Chase didn't need NASCAR's help. So this wasn't a conspiracy theory. He just happened to finish third. I know Tyler Reddick's mad as hell. He didn't try a little harder on that restart. If he would have been in third, he would have won the dang race. I'm sure that's somebody that nobody's thinking about, probably madder than heck over. But overall, I'm glad that they finally did it. I think that if the Brad Keselowski penalty earlier this year was a warning shot, This was a full-blown shotgun barrel shot to the garage. I think they are realizing, okay, NASCAR's really not playing this year as far as cheating goes. And NASCAR, cheating has always been a part of the sport, but I think that it had gotten a little too easy. And I think that now we're going to start to see things kind of become a little more streamlined. I think that will also continue to help the parity as years go on. Because I've been under the opinion that the parity is going to slowly dissipate as these bigger teams start to figure out these cars a lot better. And they have the money and resources to find ways to make the cars better. But now that we're seeing that, you can get caught. You can get caught and this will hurt you. This might even scare Chad Knaus off a little bit. Chad Knaus might be like, you know what, let's play by a little closer to the rule book from here on out. I don't know. But overall, I'm glad this happened. I hate the moment got ruined, but overall, I think that Chase Elliott winning the race, listen, the guy that came in third winning the race, we can say it's not the true winner, but at the end of the day, they were in the wrong, and I think it's all fair. And I personally am not somebody that was upset that they announced this later, because I know NASCAR, the reason they didn't used to disqualify people was because they wanted to make sure that whenever you stopped watching that race, you knew who won the race. But, now it was about an hour later, and we found out that they didn't win, and it was a shock. But, I wasn't mad about that. I was happy. I was glad. Not from the outcome, but I was glad that NASCAR did what they said they were going to do and stuck to it. The only thing that I kind of thought was weird is we found out just a little bit ago, Bob Pockers tweeted that Chase Elliott's car didn't go through any post-race inspection, or at the very least not as significant of an inspection. I thought that the top 5 cars went through the same post-race inspection. Apparently not. Apparently just the first 2 go through it. I don't know. The news about Chase Elliott being declared the winner came an hour after the race. So you're telling me that Chase Elliott was declared the winner but pretty much received no post-race inspection. I don't really think that's fair. Again, I'm not getting into conspiracy theories about that. I don't think it's because it was Chase Elliott. NASCAR seems to think that they don't want to have to keep drivers, teams around any longer than they have to for post-race inspection, so they just do kind of what they deem as needed. But in my opinion, if you announce this an hour after the race, I think you call Chase Elliott Hall or wherever it's at and say, hey, if you want to be declared the winner, you come back and let us inspect your car. I personally think that's fair. If you want to win a race, get the winning prize money, get the points, get the honor, everything, you should have to come back and go through the same post-race inspection that Denny and Kyle had to go through. Now, do I think that Chase Elliott was cheating? Probably not. Like I said, this is the first time since 2019 anybody's even got caught. So, more than likely, no. Again, I just think it would be fair whether it was Chase Elliott or anyone should have had to come back and go through the same inspections to fully be declared the winner. And then if Chase Elliott failed, well, Tyler Reddick, you want a shot? Come on back. I know that would just get repetitive, but I really don't think Chase Elliott would have been found in the wrong. Again, it's just about what's fair. Despite not winning the race now, Denny Hamlin still should be a major storyline we follow, because the incident that happened with Ross Chastain I find very interesting, because Denny, in my opinion, has handled the Ross Chastain situation perfectly. I think he handled it perfectly when it initially happened, how he just annoyed the crap out of Ross. He continues to just say, we're going to get him where it counts. And honestly, what happened yesterday, I don't think is what Denny has been waiting on. I think it just was an opportunity that presented itself. But if you watch the replay and listen, Chase Elliott said the same thing this morning. Chase Elliott said that he thought Denny was actually a lot nicer to him than he probably should have been, and that he thought Denny gave him plenty of room. I don't think Denny gave him the most room he could have given, but it's for the win within 10 laps to go, even if that's not Ross Chastain. We saw William Byron squeeze Joey Logano into the wall at Darlington, and look how Joey Logano reacted. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think that what Denny Hamlin did was that much different from what William Byron did, and Denny Hamlin's got his mortal enemy on the side of him. So in my opinion, I think what Denny Hamlin did was fine. I don't think he wrecked the dude on purpose. I think that what he did was not ensure that he didn't wreck. I think that Denny made a move that made it as hard as humanly possible on Ross without wrecking Ross outright. Now, I thought yesterday the fact that Denny won the race, I thought that maybe that would kind of mellow Denny out. He's like, okay, well, I destroyed his car. He's ruined my day twice, but I destroyed his car going for the win. We're kind of even if I didn't deliberately destroy his car. Maybe we call it even. I've won the race. I kind of feel like I've made my point now. And I kind of was thinking maybe Denny was just going to move on from there. But now that he hasn't won the race, and technically Ross still finished ahead of him, I don't know how Denny feels about it now. I think he was still never going to give Ross an inch. I think that him and Ross are just always going to have this issue until Denny retires. But I thought after yesterday we weren't going to see Denny intentionally wreck Ross. But now I'm not so sure. Now the door kind of, while it was kind of cracked open, I think it just widened to half open now. But we're going to see. There are so many storylines we weren't expecting to come out of yesterday. And I love every single one of them. I think it's amazing. Please comment. Please subscribe. Please tell me what you think. Tell me if you... Listen, I think you're crazy if you think it was rigged. But if you think it was rigged, tell me about it. Tell me why. I want to hear every opinion under the moon. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.